I find Imagine supports my artistic curiosity, and I look forward to having something to come to on a Tuesday morning, especially to basically get stuck into my artistic side, and everything is geared to supporting that, and I really appreciate that.
It's feeding me, so I get sort of renewed, and yes, I'm given food, nourishment, yeah, my own work.
What is really nice about Imagine is that the two facilitators are women of great diplomacy, tact and goodwill, and even if you produce something that you find infinitely disappointing, they will find something in it that will make you feel better about it and yourself as a result.
Well, the first thing I would say is you can do it. I think there is a tremendous fear amongst people that they can't paint, they can't dance, they can't sing, and yet we all have that capacity, and that is what Imagine does so well. It helps us to realise that capacity.
But I've always been interested in art, but never made time for it. And I met somebody who was an art therapist, and she encouraged me to get a grant and come. And I have, and I do enjoy it. I haven't been many times, about 4 times, but I'm very dedicated.
It's a very non-judgmental, kind place in a beautiful environment with supportive people around who make sure that the facilities are here, the materials are here, that you could just come and paint if you wanted to, use your own materials, or do something that just expresses yourself in another language in a safe and secure place. So it's open for everyone.
I'm Laura, and I am one of the partners of Imagine Therapeutic Art, and I've been part of this community arts project since the beginning, 10 years ago, in 2009. We are very inclusive, and we're determined to welcome anybody that feels interested in an artistic expression and interested in sharing a space with others that have the same longing. So it is really for people that are willing to work on themselves as well as their artistic experience and skills. Imagine is now based in one of the old mills, in Froome Hall Mill in Stroud, and there's a pond with a couple of swans and some herons and ducks and wildlife that is part of the atmosphere of the studio. The studio is within walking distance from the centre of Stroud, along a lovely walk by the canal. We run a number of theme-based groups with the idea that we can offer a space for people to work together on the same theme, to focus on a theme, and to do an artistic exercise that is facilitated. The theme becomes the focus, and that helps to create an artistic process that is the same for everybody. So we all start together, we all use the theme to create something through a similar process that feels different for everybody, and the sharing then can bring that richness of how each person has experienced a shared process.
I'm Hisako. I joined this project 2012, so I've been here for 7 years. Yes, we have an open studio practice for 3 hours. People can come as a drop-in basis and choose whatever they want to do. And of course, not so many people have already idea to start with, so we help to give some ideas, suggestions, introduce materials and so on, and then people decide what they can try. Friday morning we have coffee morning, which starts as the idea of discovering so many people find our brochure, wanted to come join one of the program, but not sure if they are good enough to join, because they say that I don't know if I can paint, or I don't know if I have enough knowledge around the painting. So we saw that maybe we can give some introduction, how to use materials, how to know about technique, and how to handle the situation so that they could be confident enough to choose one of the group.
I enjoy the challenge because I had to give up work because of my Parkinson's. Since I have no sight in that eye at all, that's blind in that eye. And this eye here, I have 20% vision. I was astonished how easy I found it, how natural I found it, and I found it is very therapeutic. And at the end of the day, this afternoon, I won't feel tired, but I shall feel I've had a good afternoon. So.
I love coming here because it's all ready for me, so I can walk in the door and all the paints and paper are all there, and there's other people around, which is always sort of gives me a momentum and there's just enough support, suggestions, starting points.
I would say that a lot of it has to do with a warm and friendly group of people who are really not judgmental about each other. That's a kind of prerequisite in my mind. And what's amazing for me is that we do this artwork which is somehow geared towards the kinds of issues we're facing as we grow older, and yet it's not growing older in the conventional sense with everything shutting down and getting more difficult. This is liberating and enlivening.
Well, I think it's something to do with the warmth of the welcome and the fact that you feel completely held when you're here. And it's so lovely for me. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to set up. I don't have to clear away. There are people looking after me. There's nice food in the interval. It's just a feeling of being looked after that I love.
Well, I'm somebody who has literally never ever done any art whatever in my life since I was about 5 or 6. Can't draw, I'd never held a brush, I'd never done anything, and I decided it was time to do it, and Imagine seemed a good place to come to, and actually it has been fabulous. It's been so welcoming and so accepting of me, my chaotic ideas, my complete lack of understanding of anything that they formally are trying to do, and my pleasure in all the materials and the tasks that we're doing. It's very exciting to work here with Hisako and Laura, who set us fascinating challenges with limited, carefully controlled materials that make me feel I'm on a level playing field with people who've done art degrees and everything else. It is a great place to come to give me confidence in what I'm doing. I love it.